Hello and welcome to another episode of the TnN Show. I think this is episode 7 now. Our aim at the start, Nigel, I think you can agree, it was to get to 10 episodes, then we close this whole thing off. Because, we can't keep giving people free entertainment. This is the most entertaining thing on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts at the moment. So today we've got a new team member. We're gonna introduce Wimbai first. Wimbai, I'll give you the platform to say hi to the fans and tell them which team you support.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Mumbai, and yeah, this is my first time here. I'm very excited, and I support Chelsea.
Oh my word!
What?
the 3 Chelsea supporters on here. It's got a strong bias today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll try very hard to be very, very objective. And hello to you too, Nigel.
Yes. Hi guys.
Yeah,
I got a bit of a flu, but it's fine.
I can tell the guy who always gives the biased opinions to make the show a little bit fun. Okay, so but I'm starting with Mbaye today. We're going to be
Are we?
discussing. Yeah, I'm gonna start with you. We're going to be
Okay.
discussing the first 8 games of the Premier League as if the Premier League is over. I know we're stupid that way, but we're gonna be giving these awards just after 8 games, which means they're probably very, very pointless, but when it comes from me, it means something. It's gonna hold some water until the rest of the season, until the end of the season, I mean. So, Imbai, I'll ask you to give us the most impressive team so far in the Premier League.
Okay, so far the most impressive team for me is Southampton, for a couple of reasons that you want me to name.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so
please.
firstly, they finished they finished the season last year. I think it was 11th, and so far right now, only with the first 8 games, they're 4th on the table, and they've won their last 3 games, and 2 of them were clean sheets. Not against very easy teams, but yeah, I think they've been very impressive. They've had very good players on the team. As usual, Danny Ings has been doing well. James Ward-Prowse has been doing really well. Their goalkeeper McCarthy's been doing well as well, keeping a lot of clean sheets. So yeah, I'm really impressed with Southampton's performance so far.
I'm gonna give the opportunity to Nigel now to challenge you because from the way gave his little chuckle, it seems as if he doesn't agree with you.
Okay,
No,
let's
no,
see.
no, no. I think Southampton have been pretty good this season, but I think I'm just gonna have for me it's between two.
No,
I
you have
think
to
it's
choose
between.
one. You can't sit on the fence,
Okay,
bro. You have to
okay,
pick one.
I know what the
okay.
second one is.
I'll choose
I
one,
know what the second one is.
but I'm gonna name them first.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So
Okay.
the first one is obviously my team, right? I've been very impressed with them this
Of
season.
course.
I've been very impressed with Chelsea.
Of course.
And then the other one for me is what Jose Mourinho is doing at Tottenham. I also think they've been pretty good this season so far. But I'll have to go with Tottenham because obviously that's at the moment. So I'll give them that. I'll give it to them because of that. But the reason why I had those two is because I think Jose Mourinho's signings this season, before the season started or when the season started, I think not everyone thought they were going to work out the way they're kind of working out. Like they have Holberg, who's now sitting in midfield. He's doing very well, and he's helped them a lot. So for that, I think it's pretty much helping Tottenham defensively. And we all know what they can do going forward because they have the quality going forward. So for that, I give it to them. And then Chelsea as well, they also managed to fix their areas so far. So yeah, I also commend them. For that. But yeah, Tottenham is the team for me. I don't disagree with Southampton. I can't disagree with Southampton.
No, I agree with you. Solid points.
So you had to put Chelsea in there.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Have they been
obviously.
bad this season? Have they been
We're
bad this
doing
season?
amazing this season.
No, they haven't been bad, but
We've been good.
you've named a better side than Chelsea. So I don't know why you had to mention Chelsea. I think Tottenham have been far better than Chelsea.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No.
They've been doing well.
Speaking of Southampton, of course, Højbjerg was doing well at Tottenham now. Came from Southampton as well. Southampton are really good. So I just wanted to ask Wimbai if she thinks that of course, Southampton are in fourth, but I guess they're gonna slip further down. When they play more games, do you think maybe they
Oh
can
yeah.
maintain the form they got at the moment? Maybe finish seventh, eighth, somewhere there.
Honestly, like one thing that I know for sure is like Southampton's gonna slip it's gonna slip lower down the table. I'm pretty sure of that. I think they might finish the same place they did about last season, because last season was 11. So I'm seeing them between like 9 and 13-ish, because at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were very hyped about Everton, and they were like, oh, Everton title contenders this season, but now they're like sixth on the table, which isn't bad, but they're starting to slip already. And yeah, I think the teams that have started well that will slip are like Everton, Southampton, Villa. So yeah, I really do see them slipping, but not like bottom table, but like mid-table around there. Yeah.
Nigel?
Did I have Villa in my relegation?
Yeah, I think you did. I think
Yeah.
you said Villa
I
were
think I
going to be
did, right?
relegated. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Still lots of time. But Southampton, I'm just afraid of the fact that what if Danny Ings kind of just gets injured, or that kind of goes missing for a while. I don't know really where else they can get those kind of goals from. So that's about what I'm worried about. But if they can keep him fit, then I think they can finish higher than last season. I don't see a reason why not.
Danny Ings is currently injured at the moment as well.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to struggle a bit. They've won one game without him, but we never know. But I also have to agree with the Tottenham. But I think Tottenham have been the most impressive team, because you just look at their stats. They've had two unlucky draws. If you remember the game versus Newcastle, where they get a penalty against them, Eric Dyer situation, whatever. Then the 3-3 versus West Ham, where West Ham scored all those goals in the last 10 minutes. If they win those points, they're on 21 points and they're leading the Premier League. I want to ask once again, because I know I've been asking this question week in, week out, guys. Do you think Tottenham are, what can I say, guaranteed top four? I'll start with Nigel.
Okay.
For the moment being, yeah.
I had them in my top four at the beginning of the season. Yes. So I think they will finish top four, especially after what we've seen so far, So yes, for me, I think they're still guaranteed top four.
At the expense of what, Chelsea?
No, Manchester United.
No, all right. And Wimbai, your take on Tottenham's top four chances?
Honestly, like, you know what? The thing with the Prem is, the top four teams are always like, it's hard to get into the top four. So it's not easy to say, yeah. For me, at the moment, I would not say top four. Top six, yes. But I don't know. With the Prem, there's just a lot of competition. Of course, there's Liverpool that's going to be up there. I put Chelsea in the top four. I know City has had a terrible start, but I'm sure that Pep can bring up his team soon. United, I'm not putting them up there yet. Leicester's also a contender. So top four is tricky, but I'll put them top six for now. They've had an amazing start, but we don't know what's going to happen mid-season.
I have to say, I think Wimbai is being very, very safe with her predictions. She doesn't want to, put a neck on the line when it comes to these predictions.
No, like that's how I feel, honestly. Like, yeah.
Okay, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. The audio stuff as well, please share it with a lot of people, and it's getting a lot of views. I recently looked at the analytics, and we've got most of the people who are actually listening to the audio stuff are from the United States of America. I don't know anyone from the USA, but this thing is growing. I think in the next 2 weeks, everyone in the world is going to be tuning into this, because this is where the hottest and unbiased discussions take place. Let's move on to the most impressive player in the Premier League in this first 8 games. I'll give Nigel a chance to go first this time.
That's tricky. Most impressive player. Obviously, first names that come into my head: James Rodriguez, probably up there. Harry Kane. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Harry Kane. I think so far this season he's really stood out. And it's not only the goal scoring as we've seen so far this season, the assists as well showing. He's almost playing the Firmino role. But yeah, I think he's been very good this season. So yeah, I think by far, actually, I think he's been the better player this season.
Yeah, because his stats at the moment, they're reading something like he's got 7 goals, 8 assists in 8 matches. And in those 8 matches, he's received 5 men of the match awards. You know, he's been on fire. But I don't know if Vimba is going to agree with you.
I agree. But I'm going to go for the less common answer. For me, one player that's really impressed me so far this season is Patrick Bamford for Leeds. He's got, I think, 7 goals, 1 assist. And the thing is, I feel like it's been a very good season for him because he spent 6 years at Chelsea. And the past 4 years, he's played for 4 different clubs. And then he comes in to score 7 goals, which is the second highest in the Prem right now because the top goals are 8 goals. And he's third behind Kane and Salah with 29 shots. And he's third again behind those two with 14 shots on target. So for someone who got no recognition for the past 6 years in his career, this is a very good start for him.
Before you gave us Patrick Bamford, I have to be honest, I was going to agree with Nigel's pick. But, Patrick Bamford, he's a guy he was the one who was told that he was never going to be good enough for the Premier League. He was just going to stay playing for those championship sides and never get the step up. And one thing to add as well is Leeds added a striker in Rodrigo Moreno, a striker who came from Valencia, who was expected to just come there and put Patrick Bamford on the bench. But I think it's actually pushed him to perform better and show his true colors at this level. I don't know if he can sustain it, but for the most impressive player so far, Patrick Bamford has been very impressive. I'll give Nigel a chance to say something on Bamford, or if he disagrees with us. However,
Bamford has been good this season. I mean, there's no denying that, right? But Harry Kane level, come on, guys. I think it's a different class. I think it's a different class. That's just what I think. I don't even think they're in the same bracket, to be honest.
It doesn't matter. You can just admit to being wrong, then we move on. It happens once in a while.
I'm not wrong. Okay. I'm not wrong.
Let's take the 10 for the West now and discuss the worst teams. I think the West, of course, there's West teams like a West Brom. West Brom have been very, very terrible, but we've expected them to be very terrible. But then there's 1 or 2 sides who had very high expectations, but they're not living up to those expectations. The most disappointing team. I don't want to start with you, Nigel, because you're going to give us the wrong team anyway. I'm going to start with Wimba.
Okay, well, I mean, of course, there's obvious answers like the clubs at the bottom of the table, like the Fulhams, the West Broms. But if we talk about a team that everyone kind of expects better from, I was picking between 2, which is the 2 obvious ones, but I'm going to go with United because, I don't know, their start's not good. I mean, it's easy to say United usually has bad starts. They never start great. United never starts up there. Last season, they were struggling till January. So it's normal. But for United, a club that finished 3rd last season, for them to be I don't know if they're 14, 15 this season, I don't know, I expect better for them. They've had only 3 wins and 3 losses, and the rest have been draws, which is, and they've conceded 14 goals in 8 games, which is, not a very good stat for a club like that.
I feel like Nigel's got a guilty love for Manchester United. I don't think he's going to agree with you.
Like what Wimbai said. I think we can sit here and say Burnley, West Brom, etc. I did expect better from Burnley and Sheffield United, though. I'm not gonna say I didn't expect them to be sitting at the bottom of the log. But with those teams, it can come at any moment. That's the thing, It's because of the quality of the players. But with teams like Manchester United, when you have Pogba sitting on the bench, then you start to think, okay, what's going on? You can't be 14. You can't be winless in however long, And it seems as if it's only the EPL where they're having issues, like major issues. I don't know. And just in terms of just even how they play, do they have a structure when they're playing? They seem to be kind of lost. So that just makes it worse.
Yeah.
If they had a system that you could clearly see they were trying to implement, then probably I would have a different answer, you know? I would have a different answer. But at the moment, they just seem like they're all over the place. Pogba's on the bench. They don't know whether they need Bruno Fernandes and Pogba. It's a mess right now at Manchester United. It's a mess right now. So I think they're probably the worst at the moment.
Why is it I feel like you guys are giving City a pass? I feel like Manchester City is
No,
being
City
given a
was the
pass
second
here.
one, of course.
Yeah, but in certain games they kind of get the one goal and win the match, you know?
Yeah.
So you can kind of just like forget about those games. But in terms of how they're actually playing, we know it's far from the best.
Yeah. And also, like, I feel like with United, the matches they lose, there's a lot of pressure on their manager. Like every time they lose, you just hear Ole out, Ole out, Ole out. But then with City, no one really puts pressure on Pep because people know what Pep can do and people know that Pep has standards. So they know that like Pep's not going to tolerate, like, you know, sticking to where he is. But whereas Ole, he's struggling, he doesn't know how to structure his team. It just looks like a mess. Whereas Pep, you know that like it doesn't look good right now, but he knows what to do and he knows like what he needs to do to get back to where he needs to be. So it's not like a train smash for them.
I like the fact that you said where he needs to be. Where does he need to be? When you talk about Manchester City, what are the expectations of a Manchester City, and can they still achieve those expectations by the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of City, I think of top four for sure. And yeah, I really do think they can achieve it by the end of the. Wait, did you say end of this year?
Yeah, end of the
Okay,
season.
by
End of the season.
year, yeah, end of the season.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know that City will come back up there for sure. Maybe not go up to number 1, 2 because there's a lot of competition this season, but they're gonna be back in top 5 for sure and fight for the places up there. So I really don't doubt them. I don't see any pressure with City, and yeah, I know the start is a bit bad, but the last few games they've played have been a bit better. So yeah.
When I hear Manchester City, I think number 1.
Me too.
I don't think number 2. I don't think number 3. I think number 1. That's where they need to be. If they don't get number 1, it's a bad season for Manchester City. 1, the quality of players they have. 2, the amount they invest is ridiculous. The quality of the manager. So it's number 1. They need to be number 1. And can they be number 1 this season? Yeah, I think they'll be number 1 this season. I think they'll pull out a unbeaten run or whatever you call it, and they'll get back up there. That's what I think.
Okay, I'll have to address my lost brother here and say Manchester City, yes, they're expected to be number 1, given the resources and weapons that they have, the money, everything. But I don't think they're going to be number 1. Maybe just because Liverpool have got
I don't think they'll be number 1 either.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe because of the injuries that Liverpool have got at the moment, they might be lucky, but I don't think it's going to happen. I have to say, if the guys are making decisions at Manchester City, this has to be Pep Guardiola's final season, because I think he is done. I don't know. I know you guys respect him, but I think he's done. He can't give any more to this City team. They look tired when you watch them play. I think I've only been impressed with one win this season so far. I think that was when they beat Wolverhampton opening day. But the other wins versus Arsenal, they gave Arsenal a couple of chances. Only if Arsenal were a bit clinical, they could have scored that game. Then they beat Sheffield, a poor Sheffield team, 1-0. They haven't been impressive. I think Pep has lost his team. I think it's time to move on, or maybe invest in another 6 or 7 players. But you never know. With City, they've got the money to just go around and buy 6 or 7 players. I don't know what you guys think.
I agree. I feel like also there's a lot of pressure on him from Barcelona, because I've heard that They want Pep back
Yes.
to get Messi to be happy at Barcelona. So I feel like that's also on his mind. So his full focus is not on City at the moment. He's still thinking, okay, I have an alternate option, which is Barcelona.
But do you think it's gonna do well at Barcelona though?
Do well?
Yes.
What do you say? Sorry.
Is it going to do well at Barcelona?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not going to be his first time there. He's been in Spain before. He's been, he knows the team, he knows the players. So I think it'll be just like going back home for him.
I see. So
I think he'll do well
I have
there.
to concede to you and Nigel and just admit that Manchester United has been the most disappointing, even though I thought we were going to settle on Manchester City. We have to move on to the most disappointing player now. I think we've lost Nigel. You're the only one. I'll give you the platform to give people the most disappointing player.
So for me, this one, I'm going to give it to Aubameyang because I really like him as a striker. I think he's one of the top strikers in the Prem. And for him to start like this with only 2 goals is not good. And I know I always give this example, but to say for Kurt Zuma to have more goals than Aubameyang that's not a good stat. And he's only had 1 assist. And for someone who was the second top goal scorer last season with 22 goals, this is not a great start. Yeah, so he hasn't been doing much for me. And he was player of the month in September, like in 2019. So I did expect better from him.
You know what? I never thought of Aubameyang. That's a brilliant pick. That's a very impressive pick because he didn't even come to mind. He didn't even come to mind. But I have to say you've got some fair points. He's been very, very disappointing. I think I had him in my fantasy league team for about 5 weeks straight. Then I had to drop him because it's been so.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking of the Manchester United guy, the guy they call the face, the best player in the team, the everything. I think you know who I'm talking about here at the moment.
I think I know.
It's Paul Pogba. This season, I don't know what he has been good at. They call him the playmaker. He's not even creating any chances. You look at his stats, he's creating less chances per game than guys like Thomas Partey, who's playing for an Arsenal team who can't even create chances. When they say, no, don't worry, he's not playmaking, he's playing as a defensive midfielder, his job is to protect and defend, those stats are still poor. People like players like Alan, Thomas Partey, Kante beat him in that area as well. So what is Paul Pogba really good at? I don't understand at the moment. But
exactly.
Yes. But Aubameyang,
and he's causing a lot of fouls for the team, which is not good.
A lot of penalties.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to add something to Paul Pogba.
No, well, you pretty much said it all. Like, he hasn't been great. He's not doing great at all. Like, the one thing that I've seen a lot is how many like penalties he's causing. And like, even on the pitch, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to be there. It's like he's trying very hard, but not doing much, which is, you don't expect that from somebody who is the face of United and costs that much money, like, it's just, he's not been doing much this season.
And at the time of recording, I think there's a news article that came out last night. I think they played well with France, and they said something like, coming to France is a fresh of breath air. I enjoy playing for France. I enjoy coming here. It's not like when I'm at my club. I don't know what that is supposed to mean for the Manchester United fans when you say something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see this article, but that's a bit... I don't know what to take from that. I feel like that would make sense if it came from a player like Kepa, who's been receiving a lot of blast in England. Then it would make sense for him to go home and breathe. But like with Pogba, people are putting him at such a high level, and I feel like that is like, I remember this quote that says, what does it say? Pressure is a privilege. So if you're that good and people expect better from you, that's actually a privilege. Whereas like, if he's taking it as it's a burden, I don't know. I don't know what to take from that, but I think it's a good thing that people expect better from him, because if he was just rated as, oh yeah, he's terrible, then I would rather people expect better from me than,
No, I get that. And even last month, I think that's when he was talking about dreaming of playing for Real Madrid, and Manchester United fans were pissed off and everything. I just don't think that relationship can be fixed anymore, because there's a divide between the Manchester United fans that really love him and protect him whatever he does, even if he plays bad, then there's a group of Manchester United fans on the other side who just attack him every time, even if he tries to do some good. Okay, no, so that was it for today, guys. It's been a pleasure to have Vimba. Yeah, she's a top athlete going. She's gonna reach the very top. You know, I think I'll put her Instagram handle in the description of the video. You guys can follow her as well and just get to watch what she's up to. She's on this Zoom call from Spain. Am I right?
Oh, I left Spain, but yeah, I
okay.
was.
Oh yeah, you went to Spain a few weeks ago. All right, so guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with a lot of people. The audio podcast, I think the audio file is the one that's going to be out first on all the audio platforms. We've got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Anchor, all that other stuff. Then we're gonna upload on YouTube as well, so that you can see a face. If you've listened from the audio already, then you can get to see it. So goodbye. This has been the show this week. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching TK Sports. For more awesome content from this channel, please subscribe. And also engage with us on our social media platforms down in the description below.